Nice.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the TRSS podcast with Kevin, Michael, Nick, and Trey. So,
I got
we're
a
going
promotion.
to start it out. I try and change it every time. We're going to start it out. It's difficult. We're going to start out with the Bad Batchy. You know what, Michael? What are your thoughts?
I think it was the second best episode. I liked it.
True.
I wasn't absolutely bored on this one. I enjoyed it.
You were bored on the other ones?
Not last week's, but yes, the other three. This is 5, right?
I think so.
Yeah. The first 3, yes, were pretty boring, especially 3.
The first one I didn't see was that boring. I thought it was interesting.
How many are there? 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying they're getting better.
What was your favorite part of it,
Yeah.
Michael?
Omegle climbing over those ropes upside down.
That was your favorite part?
Yep. Since
That
she's
happened?
so thick.
Kevin, did you just watch it?
Yeah, I don't remember that. When'd she do
Whenever
that?
she's going to save him, she climbs across a little rope bridge. She's
come-
far away, and she does it for 1 second.
How come
Oh,
she's
yeah,
always
I was about-
saving them?
Because she's Palpatine's clone.
They always say, "Stay in the ship, Omega," and she's like, "Okay, I'll stay in the ship."
It was
You know what?
smart,
I'm not
though.
gonna stay in the ship. That's what happens.
Well, she realized she needed to save him.
Someone
But
else could have done that.
Obviously, she's not a good soldier because she didn't follow
Dang.
orders.
Because she is a 7-year-old girl.
Not a good soldier, didn't follow orders. Kevin, what about you?
I enjoyed it a lot. I'd probably say the same thing Michael just did, that
The favorite part was her saving him?
no, that this is
Second best episode?
yes. But the only bad thing is I saw everything that was coming
Well, yeah.
as
Yeah,
soon
it
as
did
they
seem pretty
as soon as
predictable.
the cage was opened, and honestly as soon as that dude was speaking Huttese, I was like, I told Paige, I was like, this is what's gonna happen, and then it was exactly what happened. It was very predictable, but it was still good.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely better than everything except for episode... What was the last one? 4? So,
Yeah.
4 is still my favorite. When I was watching it,
Yeah.
and they showed the Rancor I didn't put together,
happened? Oh,
that it was a baby Rancor, and I was like, what did they do to the Rancor? But then I figured it out. But, yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a good length. It was mostly action, I would say. Still didn't, really move the plot forward, but for filler, it was good.
Yeah.
Wait, why did they go to that lady? What did they need from her?
Money?
They needed to figure out who Fennec
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. So it kind of put
I
the
guess.
thing forward a bit.
Oh, you know...
It wasn't just we need gas.
So
they actually went to do something.
What did
They
you
had an
think about it,
objective.
Trey?
I kind of liked how there's, the slavers from the Clone Wars in it. You know?
What?
Go-
They were in the
What?
Clone Wars? I thought that was just a brand new species that I hadn't seen.
No, the kitty people with horns. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was, a full, arc.
Are those the guys with the meh, those voices?
I don't know about that. I just know there was a long ass time where Anakin was a slave again. Ahsoka was kind of given, and then
Given what?
what?
Given what?
given as a slave, and everyone was freaking out
oh.
about it because she was wearing slave outfit.
Was that? Yeah,
Um,
that wasn't in the last season, was it?
No, that was probably in the middle or later
Oh, okay.
seasons.
It's been a.
How
It's
you
been a hot
not?
minute.
That's that was a good arc. I really liked that arc.
Oh! I think we skipped that arc when I was showing it to Paige because
Really?
I didn't remember caring too much about that arc the
I thought it
first
was
time I
cool.
watched it. That's
Seeing
like
Anakin as a
Obi-Wan
slave
and
again.
Anakin. They're all slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, seeing Anakin being a slave and just his whole mentality of it. I thought that was cool. But yeah, I like that. The baby Rancor was fucking cool. Rancor, right? Am I saying that right?
Rancor. Yeah.
Rancor. But I thought that was a very good episode.
Another problem that I have, the same, the dude who voices Charles in Red Dead,
I'm trying to think which one is Charles.
the black
Yeah.
Native American
Oh,
guy
yeah.
who's he has a double barrel shotgun. He is a voice actor. He voice acts Tarkin's right hand guy and he is the voice actor for the slave dude, the slaver dude. He's the voice actor for like, I feel like 75% of the show.
I mean, if you already
and
got
it's
him there.
kind of annoying.
This one
Yes.
of this show.
Yeah. He voice acted the slaver dude with one eye with like
Yeah.
that dude. He voice acted it's like
I
he's
would-
like filling in for everyone else that's not the clone troopers.
I would assume that guy was the guy from the Clone Wars, the guy with the missing the eye or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
because she had like a right hand man, like the princess or whatever, the slaver lady. I'm
But yeah,
assuming that's
it's
him.
It's just
I
like
think.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I'm like autistic or something, and I can like tell that kind of stuff. But like every time I hear his voice, it's like so distinctive. I'm like, that's the same person. Get someone else. People need jobs.
Us.
Well, I mean, aren't they all the same species?
No, the slaves were like Twilight.
Oh,
No.
you're talking about you're talking about the Tark. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Doesn't bother
didn't
me that
notice.
much, so.
Yeah, I think it's just like my weird autism when it comes to stuff
Your
like
side
that.
effects,
Yeah, from all the
your
medication.
Unless it's
superpower.
like a super, like, famous person where, like, I can tell their voice right away, then I'm not going to notice for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, like Omni-Man.
You do or you didn't notice?
I did notice in Bad Batch.
What do you know
How
him
do you-
from?
How do you
Spider-Man?
not notice? It looks just like him.
Yeah, like the literally the first time you see Omni-Man, I'm like, that's J. Jonah Jameson. Like within seconds, or freaking Commissioner Gordon,
He really
whatever
does
you want
look
him
like
to
him.
be.
Sorry to intrude, but Ark's only $10, guys, on PC.
It's free.
It's free through the Microsoft Store.
Oh, why would you buy it through the Microsoft? Yuck.
Well, you can't mod it
Yeah.
through the Microsoft Store, so he has a point.
We literally have it on Xbox, and we have the Ultimate Edition.
Sorry.
But
But yeah, Bad Batch. I thought it was probably the best. But I liked it. You guys really liked the last one.
Yeah.
Which I didn't. I thought it like, had some cool stuff with it, but this one I liked more. I didn't. I wouldn't say the second to last was my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, they were both.
I was the one who didn't like the last one, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought everyone did.
They were both like just heavy with action. I just think the last one, like the action's more
Yeah.
interesting than the action that was in this one.
Oh, okay.
But that's just me. Maybe I'm a psychopath.
So going into Dying Light. When is it coming
December
out?
7th.
Huh.
Dying
ways
Light.
away.
Stay
When'd you think it was
Human.
gonna come out?
What a good name.
Can I? No. I didn't know.
That is a terrible
I didn't
range, to be
see.
honest.
But
Yeah.
Okay, now, all right. I'm gonna take it
Oh,
off. I'm
Shred's
gonna rip it
gonna
off my
rant.
chest. I'm gonna rip it off of my chest. I don't like the world.
what about it?
I rather play the whole world of Dying Light 1 than playing 15 years after the
Yeah.
virus.
You'd rather like
know what I mean?
recency,
I'd rather-
like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 5
Same.
years or 3 years. But I'm not a whole fan of the whole like destroyed like completely
Dark
like
Ages. kind
yeah
of situation.
I don't like it too much. Like I'd rather play like a year or two into it rather than just
I mean,
being
what's the
everything
difference, really?
overgrown. It just feels weird to me. You know?
I gotta say, I agree. But after watching the trailer, it made me like I was more interested than I was. And I think the difference, Michael, is like there's still guns everywhere. There's still cars, like stuff like that. I think that's what.
Yes,
I just don't like the visual. Like that's it. Like, I'm still gonna get it, of course, because I love
So
the
it's
first
not
one.
like
But
you
the
don't like playing in that time period. It's just like the way that it looks.
Yeah,
after-
the way the
Okay.
whole environment and everything. I'm not a huge fan of that, and just I mean, it kind of feels like now in that game, I don't feel it, but it's kind of the same game as how Metro kind of feels.
Or
Of
like
course, I
State
like
of
it in
Decay.
Metro. Yeah, I really like it in Metro. How it is, like years and years after the
Yeah.
apocalypse, where everything's run down and everything. I like it, but in Dying Light, I don't know. With zombies, I think I would rather have it recent.
It also
and that's
helps.
the only thing I really saw.
It helps with Metro because you're like, especially in the first couple games, you're literally like stuck inside, and then
Yeah.
it's like super
Yeah.
special when you get to go outside. That's how it is in
Yeah.
the books too.
Just like in the newer one, like I think like you go to some fucking when you're in the desert and you go to their
Yeah.
town that's like completely built up out of like scrappy looking shit, you know?
Yeah, like Mad Max kind of.
Yeah, like Mad Max kind of stuff. And doesn't that like blow up?
Yeah, you fight a boss at the top, and
Yeah.
then it blows up or something like that.
Yeah, you never got to hang out with the prostitute.
I don't remember.
What percent done do you think the game is? Like, do you think it's like pretty much done now and they're just working stuff out? Or
I think
do you
it's got to be
it's-
just like bug fixes at this point. If it comes out in December,
Yeah, they're probably working on it. It's probably
and it's
in
been
alpha.
delayed.
some of the animations didn't look too great.
You talking about like the sidestep
saying.
animations? Because that looked terrible in Dying Light 1 also.
I know that. No, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's stuff that, like, you can tell when going from like a running animation to like a vaulting animation. It just kind of like snaps sometimes,
It's not,
and I could
it's
tell
not
a lot.
fluid enough for Michael.
Yes,
what
exactly.
was I gonna
It's
say?
terrible.
It's
Well,
terrible.
going off,
It will
And
be
then
the
they were
worst.
like using heavy melee weapons. It really feels like you're swinging. Like, and I don't think that looked that good.
I mean, who
One
cares?
thing-
Who's
one-
going to use a heavy melee
I-
weapon in those types of games? Like,
The one thing I do like is when they're talking about like after it's been 15 years, so it's been 15 years like of mutations and shit.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Like, I
have to
thought that was
introduce
kinda
new
cool.
zombies.
But
See,
yeah, and I thought
But-
that it's gonna be really scary whenever we see mutated baby zombies.
you know how it's like at the. It was all like at night. All these new types of zombies come out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I just played Dying Light 1 like a little bitch, but in Dying Light 1, I don't think I ever saw zombies at night. It was just running.
What are you
the whole
talking
time.
about? Oh,
The,
yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
never stayed out at night. You
I-
just ran.
I
Have
really
you
like.
played Dying Light?
I haven't.
You haven't played it once?
Not well. I did. I got to like the part. Well, you guys might not know, but like, I went up the tower and I went to go do my first mission, and I just wanted to like walk around, and I got stuck at some like power station, and I was just hiding on top of the thing, and I didn't know how to get out of it, so I just stopped playing it.
Us talking about it really makes me want to play like because you're gonna go at nighttime.
Yeah,
and
watching
then, like,
it
I
made
don't
me
know if
want
you
to.
get, and then you get kind of like invaded or what it is, and then like you have I don't know like go up like an
I just
enemy.
remember there's a whole bunch of like caution signs
Yep.
all around you, and you just sprint
Yep.
towards the tower. Like I feel like I never saw those scary zombies. So I hope in the second one, like at night, is more like survivable, so that you actually get to fight these new zombies. It's not
Dying
just,
Light
like,
Platinum Edition is on sale for
running away
$24 on PC.
I really
Why would we
liked.
play it on PC?
go ahead, Kevin.
I
What?
kind of want to play it again.
I really liked the fact that like there's areas where during the day it's like impossible to get inside
the
because
nests?
there's just like
Yeah.
a shit ton
Yeah.
of zombies. Yeah, I really like the.
Do you think they'd still allow you to try it?
Yeah, yeah. You'd probably.
I think
just,
that'd be
like,
cool.
If
Yeah.
you're a super high level, you can do it. But like when
Yeah,
you're just like
maybe.
starting out, is it the same? Well, I guess.
There's some like nest areas, but it's not. I don't think it really matters what time of the day you go into it. But I'm sure it's
Okay,
harder to get to it at night because there's like the nightmares or whatever are out as well as like more zombies. I think. 'Cause I
It's
think that
not
was
the same
thing, right?
character, right?
No.
No, it's a whole different
No.
character because doesn't he?
Okay.
I don't know. You know.
Don't say it.
That's
He's
what
fine.
I assumed.
He has 2 loving children and a wife.
what Trey was saying, like on the environment and stuff, I feel like this one is a lot more vertical as far as like going inside the buildings.
Yeah.
Like all the buildings are
Oh,
very
yeah,
tall.
definitely.
You can go inside. At least from what they showed, it looks like you can go inside a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like,
I just hope it's not fucking RB.
it's
to
gonna
jump.
be RB to
Did you-
jump.
Didn't he get bit at like the very beginning when he lands?
Yeah, and you have to
Yeah.
like, get
Okay.
antizin. Yeah.
I thought I remembered that.
What was some of the other things?
Oh, and I hope you don't have to play the last level by yourself again. Ugh.
That's too scary for yourself.
There's no guns, which is dumb.
There were guns.
Oh,
No,
There was one. It was like a blunderbuss.
yeah,
or
there's
something.
gonna be like a makeshift shotgun that only has one shot and then it breaks, is what I've heard. But
I
And
swear.
then-
Why don't they just put
because
some
guns wouldn't
Weren't they
exist
all, like-
anymore 15 years later.
Oh please! There will be
Like-
guns everywhere. They'd be making their. They'd be pretty much like Metro. They'd be making their own guns.
it'd be exactly how like Far Cry 6 does it. Everyone would, like you have CD player guns and whatnot.
I don't know about that, but I mean, yeah.
Didn't they like tweet or something and say they don't want cars or anything because they really like the movement of like
Yes.
the running and parkour? And then they show a fucking parachute in the game that you can just
Well,
glide
that's
with.
'cause
Were there cars in the first
In
one?
the DLC for the first game,
Yeah,
there's
the
cars.
DLC. I really liked
Yeah.
it. I
You
really
can
liked that
customize
car
the
DLC.
car,
It was very
and put
good.
a battering ram on it and NOS and put UV lamps on
The
it.
story on that DLC was also
You
very
have to like
good.
siphon gas. It's great.
Isn't it like a closed-in city?
Not
though?
in the DLC. It's an open area.
The DLC,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It was a very, very good DLC.
And it adds new guns in the new DLC. Well, like better versions of guns.
Do you think they're gonna do that? Just like add guns like in DLC later?
It
They're
might.
still adding stuff to
Yeah,
Dying
but it's all
Light right now.
skins, which pisses me off. Like, work on Dying Light 2. But
Because whenever I played it with Frank, like a while ago, he was like, "Yeah, I'm at like a level 5,000."
oh, yeah,
Jesus, man, what the
Whoa.
why? He played that game a whole lot. You remember he played the DLC with I think me, you, and then us, and God, I mean,
I've played
a lot of
you
Dying
and
Light.
I've played through the DLC, I think 3 times, and the main game like at least 5. It's so good.
How many are there DLCs?
I think just the one.
I had one big one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just one
Yeah,
big ass one?
Yeah,
They stopped while the iron was hot.
I'm trying to think what else was in the.
I think that's
Go ahead.
not what you're supposed to do. Stopping
Well, I
all
don't
that.
want it to get cold.
They talk about like all the faction stuff and how, oh, well, depending on which faction you go with, it's going to change the outcome of the game and all that stuff. I don't know. Like everyone always says that, like, oh, you have so many choices, your actions matter,
gonna
but
be
they
a
never matter.
Cyberpunk
Yeah.
type situation.
So
It'll probably just be a different story tree.
Johnny will remember that.
yeah.
See, but
Go ahead.
if we all play it together, who's gonna be the host?
What do you
Because
mean?
if it's Nick, it's gonna be like, oh guys, which decision should we pick?
Oh well.
Because the host, whatever decision the host picks, is what you do. It's not like a vote or anything. And then if it's Trey's just gonna pick instantly to like shoot.
I'm
everyone.
wondering if there's going to be a Series X version of the game,
There should only be a
I
Series X
agree.
version, right?
but there's not. It's on
Yeah.
PS4 and Xbox One, so
I just hope I get to
Really?
shoot my friend at the end of the game and help not blow up.
as
China.
long as there's, and then they reworked the grappling
You
hook.
mean North Taiwan?
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw that they reworked because it's the parachute, and then they redid the grappling hook. So in the first game, it's like you're Spider-Man.
That was
Like
great.
it's just like
Yeah, that was
zips
great.
you to where you grapple. In this game,
It's more like Batman,
Whatever.
not Spider-Man.
That was in this one.
in
right?
this
it's in the
yeah,
trailer.
but in this game, it's just like it's like an actual grappling hook, like how it would work. Like you swing, you don't just like
Like
zip
Spider-Man.
straight to where you want to go.
Gotcha.
But there's that. I talked about it in my video about how the human combat, like with melee weapons in the first game, is awful because like they're so hard. At least I remember like fighting people like melee weapon to melee weapon is so impossible. I just remember always using
Fighting
guns.
zombies was really hard for me when I played it.
Well, that's what you're supposed to use guns.
This makes me want to play it more and more, guys. Oh my gosh.
Well, the first like hour. of
But
that
I don't
game
wanna go through that
sucks.
start.
Yeah, you're just running around with like a pipe.
Yeah, I don't want to
that
start
sucks.
it.
Okay,
But it's
That's
a
probably
good
where I
game.
stopped.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
the
it's
first-
not
you
a
have to get
great
like an
start.
hour of tutorial before you can play online, and then
I remember just like
go ahead.
smacking zombies with a metal pipe
Yeah.
just over and over
Yeah.
again outside of an ambulance,
Yep.
and I was like, "This is impossible."
That's how it's like how Dead Island is in the beginning. You're using like wooden planks and paddles and all of that stuff, and then once you get further, you're using like katanas with like on fire and lightning on them and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
but
Ooh, let me play through Dead Island for the 15th
ew,
time
that game
completely.
looks so bad. Like good luck with that, Chief.
Yeah. Give me a headache with the motion blur or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's. When it comes out December 7th, so it's going to be coming out with like Call of Duty, Battlefield, all that stuff.
Lego Star
Lego
Wars.
Star Wars.
Can't wait for that.
So it'll be
Probably not though, right?
a competitive time to see what everyone's doing. Battlefield. Well, it'll probably come out in like October. Speaking of October,
I wish.
Cruella de
no, Far Cry 6 trailer.
Boop.
Are you kidding me?
Didn't like it.
Nah, all that shit is hella cringe to me.
What about like what is?
What is?
What?
Like CD
the
player
guns?
guns.
Yeah,
and,
I don't like that.
gators that like and like chihuahuas
best
and shit.
part
That's
of
how
it.
like
that.
Far Cry
I just
5
want-
is too.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I'm aware. I hated that shit like with the bear and everything. I want Far Cry 3 again.
So you like the super like realism like type of Far Cry?
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
I don't like when they got like jokey with it.
I beat all of Far Cry New
New
Primal,
Dawn.
or what's it called, New Dawn, with just a bow and arrow.
Like,
That's the best part of the game.
I
just
loved
like New
Primal.
Dawn's
Like,
great
I played,
game.
I
I don't think you
100%
played New
Primal.
Dawn. Did you?
I haven't, but I've seen the
okay.
guns. Just like how these guns look.
I
Like
watched-
I hate it
what
whenever
gun
they just
was there
put
in New
shit
Dawn other
together.
than like saw launcher?
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit, I dislike that.
I think-
just like putting stuff together.
Well,
I
you
just
don't
like that a
have
lot.
to use that. Like, there's normal guns.
My favorite YouTuber did a playthrough, and I watched him play it.
I think they
Yeah.
did
Well-
Far Cry 4, which was realistic. Well, enough. Has a Yeti in it, but, realistic. And then they did Far Cry Primal, and everything after that has been, like,
Hell
how
yeah.
this is. Like, freaking, you can ride
went-
tigers, like, all that stuff. That's just how it is now.
Yeah, they went too far left.
Was
with,
it like that in Far Cry
Primal.
5?
Far Cry 5, you have, like, a pet
Yeah,
bear.
kind of.
Like, yeah. Far Cry 5 is crazy.
It was
I've
still,
never gotten
eh.
that far.
The DLC in Far Cry 5 was cool, though.
Yes, the zombies
It was just too
DLC and all
short.
that stuff, yeah. But,
Vietnam one was sweet.
my only complaints with the trailers, I think the game looks bad. Like, I think it looks worse than Far Cry 5. I might just like the setting more of Far Cry 5.
I really like this setting.
Well, yeah, the city is
Is
really
it
cool.
set anywhere specifically?
It's a made-up country.
Like real? Okay.
Uh,
I know, didn't they have a lot of problem with that? With
Far Cry 5?
was it 5?
I think it was 5 because 4 is
Or was
made
that a
up.
whole nother game? Oh, I'm thinking of Wildlands.
Oh, you're right, with
'Cause,
Bolivia.
like, it was set in
Yup,
Bolivia,
yup,
and everyone freaked
yup, I
out.
remember that. What was I gonna say? Like, oh, they have the freaking jetpack things or whatever. Where I don't know if everyone's watched the full trailer, but there's the
Yeah, I
there's
saw
the
that.
Yeah, I
backpacks
did.
that shoot like mortars, and that one that like has fire that comes out of it. Those look okay.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the Mark 1 Iron Man
Yeah.
suit. when
I think the cars
which would be dope.
were the coolest things. Like they had like the classic like 1950s cars with like an MG on the top. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that looked fucking great. I loved the whole customization of the cars.
That looked cool. Which they did that a little bit in Far Cry 5.
All the driving and all the Far Cry games it's like way too like boaty for me.
Well, it just has auto drive, doesn't it? Like you just turn auto drive on, it drives for you.
Yeah, but who does that?
Me.
Really?
Yeah. What other game has auto drive?
Trey.
Is it Watch Dogs? Any
Just
game that
Cause.
has auto drive, I use auto drive. Like I don't drive.
Maybe it's just I didn't realize it had it, but I feel like I've always like, oh, you know what? Red Dead had auto drive,
I guess.
so I guess I did that a lot.
But
But I also just drove a lot. Maybe it's just the way I played it.
I don't like how Far Cry does, and they do it in this trailer too. They have auto aim when you're driving. I hate that. Like, let me free aim. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
it just shoots. Like it just
That's
you have like
impossible.
aimbot when you're driving. But
You just like press RT
yeah, it just
and
shoots
it's kind
for
of
you
like
here.
wherever the bullets go, they go.
Well, Cyberpunk did no aimbot while driving. Remember in the first mission, and it was impossible to aim.
We're not talking about Cyberpunk. If we want to complain about Cyberpunk, we'll be here for a while.
Were you driving in the car in the first mission?
I don't think so.
Wait, no. Trey and I played the same kind, right? We both did. Or no, you did.
I did Nomad.
You started as a nomad, Kevin, and then you switched.
Yeah, I switched to what the
Street
fuck is it?
Kid?
It's Nomad, Corpo.
Street Kid.
I did Corpo.
I did Street Kid.
Literally does not change anything really.
Okay, yeah. In Street
That's
Kid,
just the
like
first
someone,
mission.
I'm trying to remember. Someone drives for you and then you shoot, and it's still impossible.
Yeah, that's a trailer.
Yeah.
No, that
Fuck
was.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need a auto aim.
What was I gonna say? Like the
Confirmed.
city parts
Confirmed.
of the Far Cry 6 looks cool, but like everything else is eh. But I think the city like's gonna be really cool.
I hope it's not just like if you get like detected in the city though, you just get instantly mowed down. Because that would. Be
I'm
terrible.
sure it is. I
Aren't there like 4 different areas?
Yeah.
It's like the city.
yeah. The jungle, the beach, and so I'm sure they have like snowy mountains or something because it's a Far Cry game. It looked very like
Yeti confirmed.
Xbox One-y type of game, at least in my opinion. Like, it doesn't look like amazing visually.
Yeah, I watched your video. Speaking of which,
I think
everyone
it
should
looked
watch SpartanVision's YouTube video about the Dying Light. And I stopped watching a Dying Light because I hadn't watched it yet. But I watched your video.
I don't really say anything
of,
important with Dying Light. You've pretty much heard me say it this
Link
No,
in
you
the
morning.
didn't. But
description.
I just wanted to watch like the trailer first before I watched your content.
Um,
Even though I never did, but
I don't think there's anything else. I mean, what's his
I
face?
spelled trailer wrong.
You did the the dude
Trialer.
that's in everything. He's in the Boys. He's the bad guy in Far Cry.
Gustavo Fring.
Like he'll be cool. Like I'm sure he'll do his thing. He'll freaking earn his paycheck. But other than that, like, and then you can.
I feel like it's gonna be a, you know, in 4 where it was like that weird looking dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be him like talking to you the entire time, so he gets like his acting credit.
Yeah.
Because I wonder how they're gonna do that. Like if it's gonna be on a radio and he's just talking to you the entire time, or if it's gonna be like in 3 where you see Voss like 3 times.
I think
God, I love Far Cry 3.
I went back and tried to play it, but it looks real
But you
bad.
know what? You know what's never gonna happen? We're never gonna have that same feeling of Far Cry
He goes
3.
trying with his depression.
Alright, we're never gonna have those feelings.
We're never gonna
Far
have
Cry
a good
3,
game ever again.
Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. You know, we're never gonna get there again. It's already gone and passed. So you might as well
So,
just
might
put a
as
gun in
well
your mouth.
Stop now. We're ahead.
You
Might
don't
as
think
well
like
aerate your head.
you don't think like the new Modern Warfare is like to 11-year-olds what Black Ops was to you guys?
Oh, I'm sure.
Well,
it
that's like-
was.
Modern
But, like,
Warfare
just-
is what Black Ops 2 was.
I'm sure
to
the
me.
like the Star
Yeah.
Wars sequels are like what the prequels are to us. Like we think they're garbage,
Yeah.
but
I mean, though, to be fair, Modern Warfare was amazing, but I'm talking about Black Ops, like, fucking 4 being... Black Ops 5 being just garbage.
it's not that bad.
It's
The
bad.
campaign is the
think
worst
that's-
part.
That's all I care about.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if we didn't play Modern Warfare multiplayer, we would have like played Black Ops 5 multiplayer more.
You
Like, it wasn't
think
that it was
so?
terrible. It was just we played so much Modern Warfare multiplayer.
Modern Warfare was very
I
good.
did play a
though, too.
lot
Like,
of Modern
was-
Warfare multiplayer.
Yeah, Modern Warfare did a really good job, so it's hard
Yeah,
to run up after that.
that brought me back to the Black Ops 2 days.
I wouldn't say it brought me back like Black Ops 2, but it was definitely a very...
If anything,
like,
it surpassed
very good.
Black Ops 2. I definitely played Modern
Alright.
Warfare 2 a lot more than Black Ops 2.
I remember
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Modern Warfare 3 more than a lot more than I remember Black Ops 2. But
Of course, I had
I
a
think-
time
I
limit
think-
to play video games back then, too.
I think it was Black Ops 2 for me because that was the first Call of Duty that I played.
Really?
Like, seriously.
Oh.
Because I had we didn't have like a 360. We had the PS2 for a long time, and then whenever I got the 360, like that's when I was playing the
dang.
Black Ops 2.
Anybody got anything else for Far Cry 6?
It's never going to be Far Cry 3 again. Far Cry 5 had the opportunity.
Oh, I was gonna say something about you. Do you think it's gonna have the like climb up on the thing and
No.
do like
Towers?
a puzzle to go up a tower?
They got rid of that with 5,
Didn't they
they?
stop that in
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Everyone
didn't have that
cries
in
about it. I don't have a problem with it at all. But
Remember the very first mission in 5 when you climb up the tower and then it just unlocks everything on the
Yeah.
entire map and they're like, all right, you don't got to do that again.
They need to remaster 3.
they have. But like
They did.
not like Big Boy remaster. Like it just looks a little bit better.
That's just a better frame rate.
Yeah, basically. But that's what they call it. So that means they're not going to do it again.
What a
Damn.
good game. That was the first game I ever 100% completed.
Everyone liked the
Mine was Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
dog in the wheelchair.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Kevin hates it.
Kevin
Yeah.
did not like that.
That's just like it's just the same thing with like the CD player and like
It's
the
funny.
yeah, it's really funny. Made me laugh.
It is. Imagine a little dog in a wheelchair going over to like bite someone's head off.
Yep.
That's funny.
Well, Kevin hates
Or, like,
cripples.
strapping
Kevin
Confirmed.
just hates fun, so
Kevin hates cripples.
Yeah, I
confirmed.
think
yeah.
the parts of Far Cry that freaking everyone likes is like that stupid stuff. Like now, anyways, like Far Cry like 5 and Far Cry 6. Like that's at least from like on Twitter. All what everyone's tweeting about is like the alligator and the CD thing and the dog, and like all of like the crazy stuff. But I think the cars are the
I think
best.
my favorite thing of this, the cars and my boy, I don't know his name, the villain. I'm sure he's going to do a good job.
Oh, and then
What's his real name?
the
I don't know.
they're doing that stupid thing that Far Cry 5 did, where you can play as like a girl or a guy, and then your name's gonna be like Rook or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
That's it.
And
Deputy.
Then, and you're not gonna have a name, so the main character is gonna suck. And I guarantee you, I would freaking bet money that you're the dude's like daughter or son. Like that's the twist is that like
Far Cry 5 though.
Yeah, so
I feel like they did that pretty well.
I don't know.
Like for
Yeah,
having
it
a
was
character
good.
with no name, like you're still like a deputy, and you're like going in
Marshall
there.
was a deputy.
I
Yeah,
can't
deputy.
remember. I just
I
remember
liked
like
it,
the
yeah.
helicopter landing.
I mean, because you wouldn't call them. You'd call him deputy, I guess, right? That would
and it's
be what
really
you'd call
not
him.
like important that you're like a college kid, like in Far Cry 3 or whatever the fuck they were doing in Far
You
Cry 4.
wanted to bury
I
your
don't
mom's
remember.
ashes.
Yeah.
Oh, was that
Mhm.
it? I just remember the beginning of Far Cry 4 when you're on the bus and they like kill everyone on the bus, and you can like finish the game in the first 30
You
seconds.
can do it in
or
Far Cry
something.
5
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, just stand in the church and like not do anything.
I
The ending of Far Cry 5 was great.
depends on which ending you choose. So
I did. Oh, I think I did the one where you just drove away and then the music plays.
yeah,
And you go all
Never got
crazy.
it.
I
The
did
ending.
spoilers, but I did the one where they nuke the whole planet and everything blows up. So
The lore friendly one, I
Yeah.
guess.
They had that many.
yeah, just like a whole bunch of nukes go off. So
God, they had a lot, I guess. Somehow, I don't know how they got them.
the more I think about Far Cry 5 and like go back and play Far Cry 5, like the story and like the villains and the writing and all that stuff is so much better than the gameplay. The gameplay is pretty generic for the most part. Like it's go here, shoot these people at this outpost, and then go shoot more people at
you
an
talked about that in your
outpost.
video, I think. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like I fished a lot in Far Cry
Yes,
5.
that's because it was
Yeah,
it
is that
had
the
good
thing?
fishing.
That was
Yeah,
good fishing.
Okay.
I think
I
everybody
think the
did.
best. What do you think? What do you think the best fishing in a like a game that isn't like fucking fish?
It's
Simulator
not
or
Red Dead.
something is?
It's not Sea of Thieves.
I'd say Red Dead.
Red Dead fishing pisses me off because I can't do it.
I think it's Red Dead because it's the easiest for me, at least.
Far Cry 5 has pretty good fishing.
Yeah, it does. have very good
Minecraft.
fishing.
I just can't remember like
It's fairly simple.
what it was, but I remember doing it a shit ton.
I remember like looking up
It's like fly
maps
fishing.
to like where the specific types of fish are.
'Cause you could make money
Yeah,
from it too,
yeah.
right?
Oh boy! All right. What's next?
Cruella.
Cruella. It was actually surprising.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good. But
What
Cruella, have you seen 101 Dalmatians?
Yes.
Oh, is that actually
Yeah,
out?
it's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Don't
Oh,
you
I
have to
didn't realize
pay
it was
for
out
it on
yet.
Disney
If
Plus?
that is the
Yeah,
avenue you
$30.
watch it through.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm
Isn't
sure
this-
that's the way that you guys did it.
Isn't this
Yeah.
It's a prequel.
This is like not the 100. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was like, this is not the
I
actual
think-
movie. I saw a trailer
Gwen
for it. I just didn't know it was
Stacy's
out
I think it
already.
would be significantly better if it had nothing to do with Cruella. But
What?
if it was just
a
like
normal movie?
that was her thing, I don't want to spoil it. But like all of the parts where she is Cruella, and to me
I'm not
is
gonna
the
watch
worst
it.
part of the movie. Like the first
No, I
the
think
first
that's the
45 minutes where she's just like doing her thing and like she gets like the job and like is just doing like the and
Yeah.
then like that with the twist at the end, you can just combine
Yeah.
that. You don't need her to like be a Dalmatian murderer. Like you don't need all of this. Like,
You're not
that
wrong.
would still be an interesting movie.
Like, whenever the job stuff was happening, I was like, oh, this is going well for her. Too bad I know
Yeah.
this is gonna, not keep going on.
Here,
But I really liked the montage with the one where the dump truck was in it, Nick. And the whole montage was really cool.
for anyone who doesn't want spoilers, just skip ahead like 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead and you can talk spoilers unless you want to watch
I
it.
think
Trey.
we're done.
I mean, freaking, she gets a job and of making dresses or whatever.
All right, you skipped the
Well,
whole beginning.
The way the way the story should be told, that comes at the end. Freaking, yeah, it makes
Does
more
it?
sense that way. So she makes dresses or whatever.
She's definitely a
All right, go ahead,
child,
Michael. You
but
tell
okay.
you tell the story then.
Well, it starts off with her as a child and her mom, and they're escaping to London, and then her
Why?
mom goes to ask this.
Is it
why
like
were they
World War
going to
II or
London?
something?
No, she gets kicked out of
No.
school.
Or no, they would not. They would not want to go
Yeah.
to London if it was World War II.
Cruella gets banned from school because she beat up people or whatever.
Hell yeah.
So they're going
So
to
she's a
London. Her
bully.
mom stops at some party to ask this woman
Money.
for some money, and then basically the woman calls these Dalmatians on the mom, and the Dalmatians push her over a cliff and kill her.
Oh gosh.
Ah.
So then Cruella moves to London and grows up, and then that's where Nick was at.
So yeah, she gets a job working for the dress lady, making dresses and all that stuff. And she does that. The dress lady is the person who killed her mom.
Oh god.
And then
She's a Dalmatian.
yeah, and then
I knew you were gonna say
and
that.
then you keep going, and the dude from Kingsman is in it, and the
Which
dude who
dude?
sings
Which one,
and blows up on the
Elton John or the other
landmine.
guy?
No.
Yeah, I've assumed.
What was I gonna say?
Best guy in that movie.
And then the person who killed her mom is actually her mom. And then, yeah, it's basically
What?
the whole movie.
Is that the spoiler?
The fuck?
Like, is that the
I guess
big
so,
thing?
yeah. Well, there's the fact that
Okay.
she killed her mom, and then the fact that she is her mom is like the
Yeah.
big spoiler.
Then there's a lot of CGI
Yeah,
dogs. in
CGI
there.
dogs. But
Hell yeah.
yeah,
I like
I
that.
thought it was pretty good. Like it was up. Well, I won't talk about that.
Yeah,
Never
it was
mind.
Better than I thought it was gonna be.
But
Up with what?
What? What are you
Nothing.
saying?
Moving on
No, I want to
Say
hear
it.
what you're saying. Say it.
what's
with Kingsman, the second
Kingsman,
one.
the second one is not
With what,
good.
Nick?
But
I want to
With
know.
the
What,
second
Nick?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I want to
nothing's
know
as
now,
good as the second
too.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
The first
I
Guardians
hate that
of the
movie
Galaxy.
too. All right,
Eh.
Tomorrow
Nick,
War.
say it.
The movie we talked about
Say
last week,
it.
Army of the Dead.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, the good
Yeah.
movie?
The best zombie movie ever?
Yup. All right. Tomorrow
Not so
War.
bad.
No one said that.
That looks interesting.
It does look interesting. What was
Plus,
it through?
I
Like,
like
was
Amazon.
it like exclusively through Amazon?
Amazon bought MGM. Did we talk about that?
What?
Amazon purchased MGM Studios. Was that on the
No.
list? Oh.
Well, now it is.
Well, now it is. Go ahead and we'll talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about Tomorrow War. Go ahead.
Good old Chris Pratt. And he's doing this Chris
like Chris
Pratt
Pratt.
thing, fighting people and shooting people and being funny. And that's about it.
When's the last time he fought and shot people?
Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity War, Endgame, Jurassic Park.
Not
Zero
really,
Dark
though.
30.
Okay. I wouldn't say Jurassic Park. He really. I don't know. He seems like a military man in this.
Yeah,
one.
but it's.
He is
Go ahead.
I know this is in the future, but he's gonna be in this Jack Ryan type show on Amazon. That it's like
Okay.
a Navy SEAL wrote these books, and it's basically Jack Ryan, and he's gonna be like the main character. I don't know when that comes out or what it's called, but that's
This
in the
is
future.
from the Jack Ryan series, or are you saying it's
No,
it's
it's
like Jack
it's
Ryan?
gonna be like Jack Ryan, but it's a
Okay,
whole
okay.
separate thing.
I think I remember hearing something about that. So
I talked
yeah.
about it like 2 podcasts ago. The dude who
Okay.
wrote all the books is called like Jack Carr or something, and he was a Navy SEAL, and then he wrote all these books and shit. But this is like a sci-fi kind of military thing.
Yeah, I mean, as long as CGI isn't trash, and
Through
the
Amazon,
jokes
for
aren't
sure it will be.
terrible, then I think we'll be all right.
Well,
And Omni-Man's in it.
Yep.
Oh, is he?
But
Infinite trailer.
I was
It was
confused.
really long. Ha! Get it? Ha!
you're confused about what?
I just didn't get what was happening. I was like, what is Mark Wahlberg?
It's Matt Damon, and he's been reincarnated.
Yeah,
a bunch
that's
of
that.
times.
That's
What, Shooter? Not Shooter.
Yeah.
What's the movie where they
Looper?
travel back in time to Looper?
Inception. Oh.
No, not Inception.
I think it's either gonna be like freaking Tenet, like it's good, but I just don't understand it, or it's just gonna be like stupid. Like I don't think there's gonna be an
Literally
in-between.
don't understand it, or like just like in your mind you didn't
No,
understand
No,
it.
like I
don't
can't tell you what
understand
happens in
Like-
Tenet.
Yeah, I
What
couldn't.
the fuck is Tenet?
Tenet is the thing.
Ever seen Tenet, Trey?
It's the new Christopher Nolan movie where everyone talks backwards and stuff, and like there's. You might have
Bullets
not
go
seen it,
Back in time.
but I was very confused. We watched it in the
Christopher
theater, and
Nolan.
everybody was like, and you couldn't understand a word anyone was saying because all
the
the
music's
music and
super
everything was
loud.
so
Yeah.
loud.
I
Yeah.
watched multiple videos, and like at some point, I understood it. Like, okay, this is happening while this is happening, but this happens before this happens, and this and this and that, and like I understood it at some
Yeah.
point.
And that's his
But
son.
yeah, like I think it's
The
it's
guy
gonna
at
be
the
like
end
that.
is really
Yeah,
Alfred. Yeah.
but you know, if people get shot and blow up and fight, and I'm good. So
What is?
When are we getting an Uncharted movie
Next year.
trailer? Speaking
Why
of
would we
Mark
watch that?
Wahlberg.
That's
You wouldn't watch that? It has
That's-
Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
I was about to say.
Oh.
Why wouldn't they just get Nathan Fillion to do it? Isn't he literally
Who's
like
Mark
the
Wahlberg?
Who's, are you serious, Trey?
lone survivor?
Is that the Martian guy?
No, that's Matt Damon.
No, that's Matt Damon.
Yeah, the Martian guy.
Remember Lone Survivor?
Jason
Trey?
Transformers.
He owns a burger. Yeah, I know Lone Survivor.
Yeah, he's the main character in Lone Survivor.
Daddy's Home. That's
God,
probably
that movie sucks.
Boss Baby,
Oh man.
all the good stuff.
Boss Baby. Is it Boss Baby?
No, that's like Alec Baldwin.
Aren't they
or
making a
something.
Boss Baby 2
Will
or
Smith.
3 or whatever number they're
I don't
on?
know,
They already
and I
have a
don't want to
TV
know.
show. They already
Is
have
it like
a
a-
TV show for it.
Is it like an Avatar situation where there's like 15 movies
I
and
haven't
planning?
even seen it.
I have
Never
not
seen
seen
Boss
it.
Baby. Nick's never seen Detective Pikachu either.
That came
Or
out.
Really?
Shazam.
Yeah, but Shazam, like, I've seen
Shazam was
I've
good.
seen people like watch
I know.
Shazam like on YouTube and stuff multiple times. Like I've seen a lot of clips of it, and it does not like it looks like one of those movies that I don't think is funny. It's gonna piss me off. It looks like a Thor Ragnarok. That's what it looks like. Like it looks like it's just gonna
That's
piss
good.
me off because it's not funny. But
I remembered a line from Thor Ragnarok and it made me laugh for like 10 minutes last night. The part when
But
he's
Mark
like,
Ruffalo's
Damn,
in
don't
that,
tell
Kevin.
Nick that. Don't tell Nick that, Kevin.
the part when he's
He's get
like
angry.
on what's the planet they're on?
I don't know.
He was like,
It's
on
like
Earth I would be
Takar or something.
I would be thousands and thousands of years old, but on Sakaar I'd be, and he just sits there and he's like staring off into space, and that just made me laugh so hard. But we'll move on so Nick doesn't get mad because I liked Thor
Yeah.
Ragnarok, and I think it's a pretty good movie.
I think the first half
You
of
know,
the
Kevin-
movie is a good movie. But
Horizon Forbidden West.
Since we
Why
have
does
this-
she look like an
oh my
ugly
god,
cable?
Michael's stupid theory. God,
Oh, I never watched.
Why do they have to
watched
make her
that
look
one.
like so like buff?
because
and, like,
that's the
massive?
point.
Like just make her look like okay. Why? Why does she have that face? Because she's a cable
Yes.
woman?
Yes.
There, she can be friggin' feminine. She doesn't need to have square head and rectangular
I
shoulders.
think. I mean, I
think
I
that's
really
hot.
like everything I've seen in the
Yeah.
first game, and I think this will like if I had a PlayStation, if I was rich, I'd buy a PlayStation for this game.
I don't want to play the whole game looking at an ugly
Literally,
woman.
it's in
Well,
third
at
person.
least
Damn.
It's third person.
But I think it looks quite like visually, like graphically, especially underwater. It looks really good. Like I just like the gameplay, like it's that type of game. But I mean, I don't know anything
For
about
anyone
it.
who hasn't seen the trailer, what is it?
It's like
Have you played the first game or like seen anything for the
No,
first
no.
game?
I mean, like for someone who doesn't know anything about any of it.
it's a
what would
woman
you
runs
say?
around with. It's like prehistoric, but futuristic at the same time. Like it's dinosaurs, but they're all robotic dinosaurs. And like
Gotcha.
a bow and arrow, but it's it can shoot lasers
Laser
and
bow
all
and
that
arrow.
stuff, and it's like an open
Does
world
it
type thing.
Does it have like a? Does it have a story? or
Yeah,
is
it's like
it
an
just kinda
Assassin's Creed
like-
type game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a Fallen
Yeah.
Order, Kevin. So you probably wouldn't like it.
I got bogged down at Ugdo Bugdo. Or
Kevin's
whatever the
too
fuck his
bad
name
to get
was.
past the first boss.
It's not even a boss.
That's true. You don't even have to fight him.
you could just walk right past him. I'll play it at some point. I'll play it when they do the
When
thing. They do
yeah.
the remastered or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm not gonna get to play it, but and I don't think it's PS5 exclusive. I think they're doing the same thing that Xbox is doing, and put it on PS4, which is stupid. But whatever.
So we can
But
play it.
the first one is on Steam, and so is Days Gone is also on Steam. So when we get bored, I might be picking up both of those games. But
Did you watch that YouTube video about it? Was like why the Days Gone guy is the worst person in all of history or something?
isn't
Have
he?
you seen that
Isn't
video?
he Darth Maul?
I have no
I'm
idea. I
99%
didn't watch
sure.
the video. I just didn't know if you had seen the video, but that's apparently going around
I have
that
not
people are
seen that.
saying that he's the worst character in all of, I guess, whatever, the in-game world or whatever.
Everyone says the game's like I've heard the game's pretty bad, but I've also heard the game's really good. So it
It looks
it
cool.
is Force Unleashed Darth Maul man, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
Sam, whatever, is he's the main character. So
the fuck is his name? I know
I
exactly.
follow
what
him
you're
on
talking
Twitter and
about.
everything.
Zach Whitwer, Sam Whitwer,
Yep, that's
something
it.
like that.
Wiki?
Sam Witwicky.
All right, Kevin, take over.
Unreal Engine. Pretty much, just go watch the
5.
trailer, because I mean, like, remember when the trailer came out like a long time ago of her walking through the thing? That's basically what it
Yep.
is, but they just go into more detail about it. So I'm sure if anyone's listening to this, there's I'll put it in, or I'll just play it in the background.
What is it, Unreal Engine 5?
Yes. It's basically just the next step in like video games.
Human evolution.
Yeah, in human evolution.
It seemed like a lot of AI
It will
stuff.
make you will not want to live in the real world anymore. You'll want to live in this world. But it's basically, hopefully, what like everything is going to be like in the future. That's
That would
what I would
some
hope.
Series X games. God, I remember playing
Yeah.
on like Unreal 3, like back in the day.
I remember playing on Unity.
All right, well that's different. Oh man, that and Frostbite.
Yeah. I feel like that's more of a thing like I'll just put like the trailer in the background and put it in the like description and you can just watch it. Cuz I don't really know what to like say.
I was expecting Kevin to
Like,
come
it
in
just
here with
looks-
some big words.
Nah, it just looks hella
There's
good.
new UI altering systems such as
Yeah, like-
AI typography
They
and
did that in Battlefront
All of that
2015. I ain't new. Oh. I remember when that was a big deal. They like laser scanned in the terrain for Battlefront.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
It's still a big deal in my heart.
I said typography, not topography,
Whatever.
idiot.
Topographical map.
What's next? Tarky.
Trey, did you have anything to say about it, or is it just kind of like gotcha,
Yeah, I don't know, Trace.
gotcha.
Tarky.
Tarkov. On Twitter, it was said that Nikita, like he had talked about it before, but he basically
Isn't that a cell phone
confirmed-
company?
Nokia.
No, it's the dude. It's the main developer on Tarkov, and he's like this Russian dude. But he confirmed that there will be seasonal characters with server wipes, and a persistent character in the full release of Tarkov, with servers that will not wipe.
So.
So,
I'm fine with a
Basically-
wipe. I just wish it didn't put me back to level 0.
well, this is the thing. As long as I've been following Tarkov, people play Tarkov. In the first couple months, everyone loves Tarkov because it's like everyone's grinding for Kappa, everyone's doing all the stuff, everyone's doing missions. Not everyone has like thick boy Chad gear. Everyone's kind of scrappy. They're kind of at the point where we're at, where like we'll take good stuff sometimes, but like
Mhm.
a brother might be walking around with an 8R with shitty ammo, or an 8R with good ammo, like like a semi-auto
Right.
gun with like you put your money towards something or you put it towards everything and might like lose it. But at this point in the wipe, it's everybody's got their Atlans, they got their whatever the most expensive shit is, they got their RPKs with all the good ammo in it, and that is why people don't like endgame Tarkov, because everyone is so like chadded up, and it's hard for anyone to start in the game. Like it's very hard for Nick and Michael and me when I started, because I started at the end of a wipe, like before it wiped.
What level are you, Kevin?
I think I'm like 16 now, but when I started last wipe at the end, and
Yeah.
it's a very different experience from starting when I started playing with Trey, like when it first started.
So.
What was?
So I don't
what
know
was the
how
news?
Nikita confirmed that there will be seasonal characters with server wipes and a persistent character in the full release of Tarkov with servers that will not wipe. So I don't know how they're gonna.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that without people being at the point where they're at now.
Yeah.
Like people constantly on Twitter are like, Tarkov's dead.
Well, do you
Fucking loser.
pretty
do you
much.
take that
Nikita's a loser.
as like you'll have basically what you have now, your PMC that wipes every however long, whatever they set, and then you'll have another character that is just there forever.
Just stays,
but the way I take that with the server is that you're only going to be playing against other characters who are playing on their like forever character. You know what I mean? That would be the way they would
I would
balance
hope
that.
so.
So any time you play with that character, it's gonna be full of people that are absolutely kidded.
Yeah, I just
It would
don't.
have to
I don't
be.
know. That's the only way. That's the only way I
Yeah.
can think they would do it, to where it would.
I wouldn't play with full characters. I would play on wipe.
Yeah, I don't know why
'Cause, you
people
know-
would play on full characters unless you're just like, this is my only
That's like-
experience. I'm gonna play
yeah.
labs 24/7 with fucking like that.
If the
kinda
game,
shit.
when the game fully releases, if wipes are often enough to where you have to be a maniac and play the game like 24/7 to
I
get
doubt
to
they
get
will
to get to the end game,
Yeah.
then that would be why you play
It's
a
not-
persistent character.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like Rust, I don't think, where it's like wipes every week or some shit like that.
I think it's supposed to be every 3 months.
That sounds terrible.
I don't.
Maybe every 6 months.
Yeah, I think it's just a situation of this isn't the game that Nikita originally wanted.
No, he wanted. A
He
different
wants
game.
to
He's
do,
making
like-
it into that.
Yeah, he wants to make, it's called Russia 2078 or something. He wants to do where it's like every single map is connected and you're trying to get
Yeah.
from one side to the other
It's,
side.
yeah,
But
you watched
this,
the same video as me, probably.
Yes. This is like his way of making enough money to make that game, and I feel like they just didn't they didn't know that like people were gonna play it like this, and
Yeah.
like they're just kind of having to go with it, and whatever they do, people are gonna fucking bitch
Yeah.
and
Well,
complain.
I think he's slowly gonna try. He's kind of trying to make this into that game, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be fully at it, but they made this because they couldn't afford to make the game they wanted. And then they made a shit ton of money that they probably were not expecting to make from this damn game. And hackers are still getting them more and more money because all I do is just kick them off and they buy the game again.
What an idiot!
I wonder
Yeah.
if we've ever been killed by a hacker.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like we were that one time where Nick, Trey, and I all got headshotted at like we were all full sprinting, but it could have just been somebody who's fucking good at the game.
Yeah. So I think the end goal is literally just to have all these maps interconnected. And there's like really no safe zones. Even like to get to vendors, I think like you're
So it's
out
DayZ.
there in
It's almost
the,
like a DayZ. It's kind of like
yeah.
a DayZ, but like
Yeah.
all the good stuff about DayZ, like all the guns and shit, like it's a better DayZ basically. But
Yeah.
I just don't know
Without
if
zombies.
what they're saying, I don't know how it's gonna work.
They would have to separate.
I don't think-
There- that wouldn't be fair at all.
Yeah.
To
That's the only way I think it would work, is if there were servers where you can only play with your big boy, and then servers where you
That's
can
how I
only
took it.
play with your wipe dudes, like where everybody's on a wipe.
the only
Kind of like how DayZ is.
only problem with that would just be splitting the player base. Like if the infinite
Yeah.
player, whatever you want to call it, like if that's not popular, like people just don't like that, then the people that do just aren't going to be able to find matches. But
Yeah.
speaking of that, I have a freaking.
But also,
Go ahead.
like in games, if it's gonna be the same kind of Tarkov situation, I mean, what's the biggest map that you can play on? Like 12 people at the same time, like woods or
in
something.
Tarkov.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 12. I think you can be up to like 15 or 18.
Okay, so that it wouldn't be that bad, but also I know what you mean, Nick. Like
Yeah.
overall, there's probably be a situation where people wouldn't be able to get into a game. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I had this freaking experience, I think it was yesterday, where I was on customs by like the green, like the propane tanks or whatever between skeleton and construction. And some dude does some parkour and is just like in some spot that like I've never seen before. And he's just like prone on top of one of those propane tanks. And this dude's just like people are crazy.
It's probably
Yeah,
just
there's cheeky spots.
And some dude
that's
roasted
another
me in
thing.
my Twitch chat saying, "Well, I have 1,000 hours. You're absolute dog water." And freaking
that's
The
another
dude
thing.
told Nick to team kill me because I broke my legs.
I mean, if you don't have any meds, yeah.
A big thing about wipes is, I don't know if you guys have looked into like the strength and endurance and all that shit, but people who play the game more, who have higher strength, higher endurance or whatever, they can get in places you just like can't. Like they can jump on top of walls and stuff that you can't get to, and like can parkour in places you can't
They
get
can
to.
carry a lot more stuff as well.
Michael and I were talking about it earlier, and I mean I haven't played a wipe yet, so I don't know how it works. But I think your money and inventory should wipe, but your dealer progression, your skills, all of that stuff should stay. Because
yeah, but when you're getting to the point where you play like Pastilli, and like where people who play this is the only game they play, they love that shit, like leveling up all their shit. Like that's a part of the game for them.
Like for me, like I feel like I should do tasks, but like I can't. Like they're so boring. But
yeah, I just like getting cool shit and running in there. But I get if this was the only game that I played, I would want like more stuff. Like I'm not like worn out on it yet to where like parts of the game aren't fun anymore. Where I have to do like.
When was last wipe? 3 months ago.
Because it was a whole year before it wiped for me. It wiped on Christmas this year. It wiped on Christmas the last year before that. So I put for a whole year without a wipe. So it wiped. It's been wiping every year right now.
I think there was one where it wiped like after 3 months or something. Like it was something like super short.
It's supposed to be 6, I think, or it's supposed to be like shorter than a year, but a year is what it took for it to wipe finally. So
I know it's like a meme.
This is my second wipe.
Just like everybody's like, the wipe's next Thursday.
Yeah, I remember getting so many like from my British guy or whatever, and just seeing stuff online. Wipes happening next update.
Wipe literally happened yesterday. You're an idiot if you haven't.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, and it was like months and months off, and it's just insane.
Yeah, I remember the wipe happened around Christmas because I think General Sam was like having his kid, and then the wipe happened.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Well, I gotta play Tarkov."
It was hilarious. It was like, God, fuck Nikita. I'm a couple days behind.
Dang, I
we're playing Tarkov after this, right?
Playing Scribble.
What's going on with Titanfall?
No, we're playing Tarkov.
Okay, beautiful YouTube video that I will put in the description.
SpartanVision?
Basically, there's this guy who played Titanfall 1, and the lore behind it is that he was shit at the game, so he started like hacking the game, and oh fuck, I had this perfectly in my head. Basically, he's making the game unplayable by putting bots in the game, and like nobody can like get into a game on Titanfall 1. So Titanfall 1 at this point is unplayable on multiplayer.
Like, why is he doing it? Like just to troll?
Just to piss everybody off. Like that's it. And the dude who made the video, he was like, I'm about like 75% sure I know who the person that is doing it, and it's someone in the like Titanfall like fucking company is doing it, because like they're like fucking with Tarkov or Titanfall streamers and stuff like that. And now with Titanfall 2 the same thing is happening, but every time that like the Titanfall developers are like, oh, something's happening, he just stops. And then they're just like, all right, well, I guess there's not really a problem. But he's doing something where he's like putting bots in all the games, and like nobody can like find an actual game to play against other people, and like doing something with his username where he's like, he has like thousands and thousands of like letters in his username, and somehow that fucks up like the game. I'll put the link of the video in it. It's like 15 minutes long, but
I can see you just
basically there's this
go ahead.
There's this one dude that's ruining Titanfall for everyone.
Let's go.
Which is pretty funny, but that sucks for anybody that plays Titanfall 2, because I know there's like a huge, or I wouldn't say huge, but there's a community of people that still play Titanfall 2. Well,
it just blew up recently, Titanfall 2. So, and it's old enough to where it's on sale, and like everyone has access to it. So
yeah, the dude was pissed in the video. He was like this should be illegal that they're still selling Titanfall 1 anywhere, because it's literally unplayable. I was like, Jesus.
Well, I mean,
but it was just interesting that like one person can absolutely ruin like a game for everyone.
If someone did that in Rainbow, I'd be pretty pissed off. So
Someone did that in real life as well.
I just thought that was fucking hilarious. He just put like a bunch of characters in his name, like thousands and thousands of characters in his username, and that somehow messed up the game.
It's like you see some guy and you aim at him and his gamer tag just takes up your entire screen. Oh, man.
But yeah, Titanfall, the fall of Titanfall.
All right, Titanfall wasn't just killed;
Oh, God.
it was murdered.
It was murder. Yeah.
Oh boy, what else we got to talk about?
Sharon Carter.
You don't want to do video game shows?
No, that's next.
Okay. Let me pull up the tweet. So I saw this on Twitter, and it was like, you know the fucking character that everybody hated in
Bucky.
whatever the hell, fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Falcon?
No.
Oh.
Winter Soldier.
It was Sharon Carter, because people didn't like that she is gonna be the bad guy in like Phase 4. So I'm trying to find the tweet.
Do you think
I
it's
cannot find it?
they
right
don't like that she's going to be the bad guy, or they don't like the way they set it up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I think I believe if I remember the trailer correctly, it was they don't think she was set up well enough to be a bad guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was so obvious.
Okay, here it is. Here
Go
it
ahead.
is. Sharon Carter returned to the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Blah, blah, blah. According to some show, I don't know what that is. Carter was originally intended to be the film's primary antagonist, but due to the negative responses that her new role as the Power Broker received, Marvel Studios opted to reduce her role and introduce a new supervillain to the film instead. Emily Van Camp will return as Carter, but it is unknown what her new role will be. So I guess people were complaining, which I guess is kind of true.
I mean, I was.
I didn't get the whole Power Broker thing. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Film? What movie?
Like, what movie would
I
she
guess
be
whatever
in?
movie is going to be in Phase 4.
Like Captain
Yeah.
Captain America 4, I would assume, is what she would be in.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, which I mean, I'm cool with that because I didn't really care for her character. I didn't get that whole thing.
Well, their whole
I didn't get
the
it.
whole thing, like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I feel like we always come back to the show, is freaking like they're like, oh, there's some mysterious person who's the Power Broker. I wonder who it is. And then they like cut to Sharon Carter doing like mysterious things and having tons of money, and it's like
How did
so stupid.
what was her motive for
Nobody-
becoming the Power
I don't
Broker?
know.
Was that she
I think that's the
she got-
reason they
had
don't
to
want.
leave America?
I guess
Yeah, they had to put her on the fucking Escape from New York
they
Island
needed
or
to give
whatever
her
the
something
hell.
to do. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense. I'm down with it. It's too bad for her, but because that's not really her fault. That's like whoever wrote the
Should have
character.
acted better.
she-
It's totally her fault.
Should have acted
She's
better.
good in,
fucking whatever her name is.
Winter Soldier, but
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ow.
Just talking about Marvel, we were watching Infinity War last night, and Sarah was like, "Well, how to get the first one?" And I was like,
gets it from Xander.
I was like, I don't know. And then I had to look it up, and I guess they talk about it when they're at the fucking
Thor talks about it
The
whenever
Collector?
the Guardians first catch him.
Oh yeah.
You-
I thought the Collector,
Does-
like when they were at Nowhere, they talked about it.
Doesn't he?
But no, you're right. You're right.
He destroys the planet from the first Guardians to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Where fucking
like where the movie starts
yeah,
and where it
Yeah.
ends.
where Endgame is when they go there in Endgame. Yeah. I wonder what made them decide not to show that. I
Wrong
guess they would've
time.
made the fucking movie 3 hours and 30 minutes long.
And there's no one important
That's
there,
true.
you know, other than
Yeah, there wouldn't be really a point in just showing him.
I guess they could
fucking...
have made an end credit scene of what would it be?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
How did that? Because it's in that temple in Guardians 1.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then
How did it get back there?
they give it to
give
the
it to
Nova
the Nova
Corps.
Corps.
Yeah.
At the end.
On the planet where John C. Reilly
Yes.
is? Where it's all
yeah,
like
that's
white?
the planet that Thanos destroys to get the
So
power
he
stone.
just... Oh, okay. Does Gamora and Nebula get it for him? Or Nebula?
I don't know if they tell you that.
Is there like a heist type
I
situation?
don't know. I'm sure there's some book
idea.
somewhere where they explain it.
But yeah,
Uh,
good ass movie.
talking about TV shows now.
Microsoft movies.
So
Yeah. Is it movies or
TV
TV,
shows.
Minecraft, the TV
So
show.
Halo's gonna. This is confirmed. Well, it says it's confirmed. Who knows if it's actually confirmed until. And it
says it
doesn't
right there
matter.
at the
It doesn't
top. It
matter
has
until
to be sure.
Xbox tweets it or
They put the
Microsoft
letters
tweets it. It's
there.
not confirmed. So, Showtime, which takes Halo, which I think that's like the weakest one, taking Halo.
They already made that
But
one.
that's just my opinion.
Did you ever watch that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Warner Bros.
What's it called? Unto New Dawn or something?
Something like that.
Halo, stay human.
No, Warner Bros. Has Minecraft, which makes sense. Like that's the big company with Minecraft.
Hoggers.
Universal has Gears
Is there
of
gonna be a
War.
story? Is there gonna be a story about killing the Ender Dragon or something?
Is it live action
no.
Minecraft? Because like the
Oh my
movie was supposed to be live action.
That would
I
be
doubt it. Gears of War
live action.
is with Universal, which that makes sense. It's like one of their big things. Amazon gets Fallout, and then Skyrim is rumored with Netflix. But
Fallout doesn't deserve a show.
Fallout 76, the show, you wouldn't watch that?
Skyrim,
After what they did, no.
after what they did to me.
What they did. To
I mean, I'll
me.
definitely watch the Halo show. I don't know about anything else.
Definitely watch the
I feel like
Minecraft
that's gonna be
show.
either like super cringe or just like a meh.
I could see the
Gears of War show could be good.
Gears of War one being good.
Skyrim.
Skyrim one could be cool on Netflix. Also,
like
Resident
the
Evil
series.
show, animated show on Netflix. Which I never really played any of the Resident Evil games, but
Like one of them on my mom's phone.
I watched one movie.
I've seen the first Resident Evil movie.
They're too
with,
scary.
what's her face?
The new game just came out.
Too
Everyone says it's
spooky.
good. So, what was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh, Cyberpunk. The one of like the big boy developers, lad quit. Like he
Got
he just
cyber-fucked.
left. So
Damn, he's not working on Gord.
so now they're saying that like since he was like the lead guy on Cyberpunk and like fixing the game and then getting the DLCs out, they're saying that the game might not have as many DLCs because someone new is gonna have to come in and take over, and they're just gonna focus on fixing the game and like that's it. But
Aren't they already not going to do DLCs since it all just came out
I don't
anyway?
know, the game's not gonna be fixed till at least the end of this year. So at least according to their scheduled plan, which we all know how well they follow their schedules. So
Let's do our annual. Everyone guess how many people are watching / streaming Cyberpunk right now.
37.
Don't look it up.
No. 6K.
I think the game's dead.
Trey,
What? Sorry?
how many people are watching Cyberpunk right now on Twitch?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. I'm not definitely watching a bathtub streamer right now.
Well, don't say it. Don't look it up.
That's crazy.
It's
Oh, how much?
757
Guess.
people are watching.
Oh.
I didn't think Trey was gonna guess. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's taking a while.
I thought you were asking me like how many. I didn't know you were like
nah.
wanted me to guess
There
how many.
are 1, 2, 3. I'd count those. There's 6 streamers with 10 plus views.
Yeah, the game's like
Like the highest one is 319 viewers, and then it goes 157, 86. I don't know why people are fucking watching it. They must be watching it for the people.
I think until, because again, according to their schedule, which I'm sure they'll follow, they're supposed to remaster or Series X enhance Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3 at the end of this year. So other than that, like, unless they drop some huge DLC, I think Cyberpunk's done.
This guy's not even. This guy's playing Tarkov. This guy's watching Breaking Bad.
Sums up
That guy's
Cyberpunk.
fucking watching Breaking Bad on Twitch.
Is that illegal?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck
Alright.
is going on.
Thanks for... Are we done?
Yeah,
I think so.
Trey, do you have anything?
No.
Thanks for listening to the TRSS podcast. Make sure you guys listen. Look at all the links below in the description. Thanks for listening / watching.
Bye.